Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first ever episode of the AJA podcast. My name is Abe Abt. I am one of your hosts here. We're all the hosts here at the AJA podcast. I work at AJA. I've been here about 20 years. I work in the sales division. They call me a product consultant. But yeah, I'm just basically an industry guy here, and I'm here with my colleagues here, also AJA folks. We have the illustrious Eric Norell and the magisterial Andy Bellamy here, the two longtime AJA family members, and yeah, we're just basically gonna chat with you all a little bit about what we're seeing in the industry. We've got some shows that we've been to that we're going to discuss. And who knows what else is going to come up? That's kind of the idea here. We're not here to sell you stuff. We're not here to pitch products. We're just a bunch of nerds, and we want to talk shop for a little bit and let everyone watch. So let's let some other folks talk here. Hi, Eric. Hi, Andy. How are you guys doing today?
Good,
Doing
man.
great. Thank you very much.
Right on, right on. I see you have official AJA podcast backgrounds. You got your
Yes.
polos on. I'm just sitting here in my shirt and a hat because, as Eric pointed out earlier, I currently have Lego hair, which is really pointed out by the light above me. So I went with the
Yeah,
hat
dial
today.
the little click and twist that hair locks right in.
Low maintenance, just needs a polish.
Thank you for joining us, obviously, with the AJA podcast. Kind of what we're trying to do is evolve. We've been doing webinars, those are fun, but we want to continue to interact with the industry, share trends, and have it be less product focused, more fun technology focused, I guess, is where we're going with this.
Right on, right on.
The biggest topic, we're a little late to the party. NAB was last month. It was an incredible show. A lot of different things from years in the past. It was very focused around, at least for me, streaming IP. There was a lot of SMPTE 2110. I was really enjoyed being on a lot of Key Pro demos, a lot of Hilo demos, but a ton of great stuff with the ProAV, House of Worship, government segments. A lot of activity there. I was really surprised to see people really pushing the capabilities of some of what some of these products can do. Where we design things that can do a million things, and they're using 99.99 thousand, whatever the right math is there, number of those things in interesting, cool ways.
Yeah, this I agree. This was a super fun NAB. I was kind of press man this year. I didn't get to do as much just demo and booth duty as I have in years past. So I was just talking to the press and pitching products and doing that for a lot of the time. But it was fun because this NABs for the past few years have been there's the IP transition stuff happening. That's the big topic, but it's been so kind of disjointed for years, and it's like people are kind of confused. It's like, they're talking about like, well, I want to build a 2110 network for this, and this. And it's like, well, that's not what you need that for. Or, there was a whole, there was a gap in the understanding of all the IP stuff from all the old video guys like me. I mean, I got to come to grips with the fact that I'm an old video guy here. And this was one where it really started to come together, and it's really, people know now, SRT is for this, NDI is for this, 2110 is for this. And, here are the ways that you can bring it all together. And here is where what things are good. And that was, it was just it was a big shift where now I'm really seeing this transition happen again, where IP isn't this weird kind of esoteric new technology that's really expensive and hard to understand. It's like, no, it's the stuff now. And that's what people are building. And that was what a lot of my conversations were about too. And
Absolutely.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Andy can probably back me up on this, but one of the things that I thought was most exciting, I will pimp one of our products, the IPR Was very well received. We released it at IBC. We have new functionality. Check our website for more details, aja.com. But where I'm going with this is that people have tried 2110 and now they're looking for patching weak points in their workflow. We have a great edge device which is sliding into a lot of these places, and that's where a lot of the excitement and the conversations was coming from. But seeing that people now, it's not what is 2110, how can I use it? It's like I've got it, I need it. These parts of my workflow aren't as strong as I need them to be.
Yeah.
Do you guys do that? And a lot of the times the answer was absolutely. We can now our R is now a T. What do you want to do? So those conversations obviously
Yeah.
were really, really positive, really exciting. And it's like a complete sea change from COVID problems, supply problems, network stuff is just everywhere. 2110 really is pedal to the metal at this point after a couple of stops and starts before COVID and coming out of it.
Yeah, I would agree with all that, Eric. It certainly felt on the booth like people were coming to us, as you say, either they've taken that first step into the IP world, they've got their two fiber networks, they've got the Ethernet network, they've got the clock, they're ready for what's next. And of course, to do all of this from the ground up, as we know, is pretty expensive. If you're going to zero everything and start from the beginning, you're going to likely need to bring through some of your existing hardware, your legacy hardware, like monitors, like scopes, and things like that. And I think to your point, Eric, yeah, the IP25R going to T is perfect. It's the sweet spot for anybody in that market, and it's definitely what people were looking for. And we were more than happy to steer them towards that on the booth and have these really interesting conversations about how they're integrating these new products with previous generation products as well.
Yeah, well, it's also a beautiful new case. We've been started putting some of our smaller
It
form
really
factor
is.
converters in, and so just as someone who appreciates a nice solid case, it's really a delightful little box.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've always had mini converters. I like to call this one a medium converter, but I don't know, the marketing guys will probably be like, don't say that.
As long as we don't call it a MIDI
It's
converter.
just it's a really cool box.
When you show them the interface for the IP25R and they can actually see video previews of the different essences that are flowing through the device, that speaks much louder than just a basic description, which would be the same for all your essences. Seeing those thumbnails really gets people going. You're just more organized. The picture tells 1,000 words.
Big shout out to our UX folks at AJA, because they have made it so, like, and this is a compliment I gave them. One of our product managers, actually a couple of our product managers I was talking to, they showed me very, very simple user interfaces for new complicated products that do complex things that aren't in my wheelhouse. I'm a video guy. I'm used to barrel connectors and being in a truck and copper everywhere. I'm not an IT guy, but I get shown these new interfaces for these new IP products, and I'm like, I can use this without using a manual. Like, I know what it's doing. And that's what I'm getting people want in this world. They don't, like, the second you open up a terminal window on Mac OS or on Windows, second you see that black screen with the white type and you're typing in the code, that's when video guys like me get scared. So making it like a real visual thing where it's like, okay, my video is here, I need it to go here. It is this when it is here, and by the time it gets here, it is this. That's what we want. And it kind of brings me to the other point that I'll bring up from NAB. The conversations I did have with customers were a lot of what they don't want to keep seeing in this world of the IP video transition, and that's interoperability issues where stuff just doesn't work with other stuff. I mean, there was a great quote from one of our system architect engineer guys that not an AJA guy, someone that we work with on the outside. It says NMOS is a wonderful thing. We need NMOS. NMOS is beautiful in the IP world as long as everyone in the room is on the same page. and so, interoperability is a super important thing. And I think it's really important for manufacturers, us and everyone in this industry to understand that, we are all on the same team here. Let's get the video and the audio and the metadata from one point to another point cleanly, and let's have everything talk to each other nicely so that the customers, the end user, the people watching at home, they get to see a good product. They shouldn't know what's going on behind the scenes. They should just see something cool in front of them. And
Yeah.
and interop is really, really important for that.
Absolutely.
And not trying to create, bespoke ecosystems where it's like, well, if you have this, you have to work with this because only these things talk to each other. That's never going to work in this world.
Yeah, and that's a unique challenge. As a converter company, we welcome standards-based conversions and going between things in a defined way so that we can, really work towards that interoperability. We want our users, we want any users, anyone producing cool stuff for us to watch, sports, movies, whatever. We want their equipment to not be the snag point. We want them to be spending all that energy on creativity, good scripts, great content. So, trying to take any of the extra nerd pain out of there, that's what we really strive to do. And actually, that's a great segue. We are on this show going to be doing interviews with, hopefully some of our designers, some of our product managers, some of our support engineers, and potentially even some of our customers and partners. This isn't meant to be a pep rally, even though it kind of is. But we have a lot of cool stuff to talk about, and the way that people use our tools really do matter a lot to us. So finding those details and trying to speak to them is pretty important.
Yeah, so to your point, Eric, I caught up with Mike Boucke, product manager, or senior product manager, I should say, for our IP products. So we recorded a little interview with him. I know the man himself, the legend. He gets to introduce himself and talk all about the fun stuff he's been working on. So we can take a look at that right now. Well, I'm here with Mike from AJA. He's one of our product managers, he's senior product manager, and he's going to introduce himself and talk to us a little bit about his role. We're really grateful for his time. These guys are always incredibly busy, working on lots of great projects. So we're grateful for his time. So yeah, Mike, please take it away.
Thanks for the introduction, Andy. Yeah, I'm Mike Boucke, a senior product manager here at AJA Video Systems. I work on the AJA SMPTE 2110 product lines, including KONA IP25 and the brand new IP25R. That's along with Bridge Live and Bridge NDI, which provide compressed codecs to and from SDI or SMPTE 2110. I also manage the KUMO router product line, which has a variety of different matrix sizes and control panel options.
Amazing. Well, thank you very much for that. So just focusing a little bit on the Bridge Live products. So I understand Bridge Live IP is your latest product. Could you tell us a bit more about that, please?
Well, Bridge Live IP is the newest and most advanced member of the Bridge family, introducing SMPTE 2110 as the latest streaming option with support of up to 4 UHD or 16 HD channels at a time. This is provided through SFP28 interfaces with both 10 and 25 gig support for SMPTE 2022-7 redundancy. Just like other Bridge Live models, the dual 10 gig RJ45s deliver the compressed streaming formats, enabling live event streaming, video backhaul, and remote production. We also released NDI 10-bit and HDR support, which is a licensed and optional feature. This function will soon be available for all the other Bridge Live models as well.
Well, that just sounds fantastic. Thank you so much for running us through that. Obviously, big news recently for AJA was the acquisition of Comprimato, and I would love you to speak a little bit to that if you could.
Well, of course, we are incredibly pleased to have Comprimato join the AJA family. They have been a strategic AJA partner for years now and are key to the evolution of our Bridge Live line. AJA, with our expanding team, will lead the future of live encoding and media production, making broadcast quality video processing more accessible, flexible, and powerful. Customer needs are rapidly evolving, and we are well placed to deliver solutions for the ever-changing media sphere. It's a really exciting chapter for our team and our customers.
I mean, that just sounds amazing, and thanks for adding some more info behind that. We're all in-house, really, really excited. Having spent time with the guys at NAB, they are just an incredible team, so thank you. Difficult next question, not always an answer for one like this, but is there anything cool that you're working on that you can tell us a bit about?
Yeah, we are always looking at the next features and products to bring forward. For our existing products, we continuously evolve features as our customers need. New products are always interesting to make. There are so many options, but it takes extensive research to ensure we build what the market needs and to also be successful selling it. So that's pretty much all I can say.
Fantastic. I figured as much, but that's a great answer. And just to wrap things up, are there any interesting trends that you're seeing out there in the world of IP right now?
It's an ever-moving target, and I don't see that slowing down. For broadcast with IP functionalities, SMPTE 2110 adoption continues to grow and is now seen as a standard for new and large systems. ProAV needs also continue to grow, with IPMX being requested more regularly. Along with that, we are seeing a variety of compressed codec expansion in all markets.
Fantastic. That's some really great insight. Thank you very much. Well, Mike, I know, as we said at the top of the session, you're a very busy guy. We really appreciate having the time from you today to answer these questions. Thanks for being our inaugural guest as well. It's never easy being the first guest on this new show, but I think you did a great job. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon.
You're welcome. I'm very happy to have joined you.
Awesome interview, Andy. Thank you, Mike, for joining us. That was awesome. Obviously, we were very excited about Mike's products and the way that he's out in the field, listening to customers, interfacing with them, and trying to wrangle all that into a product roadmap. All of us have been product managers, so I think we can appreciate the challenges there. It is a lot when you have a new product and the level of excitement around that product, trying to prioritize and make the right calls.
Of course.
Ton of faith there. It's going to be a fun ride.
I've always compared being a product manager to another little hobby that I've had on the side in the past where I DJ at weddings. A product manager is a wedding DJ. You are integral to the process. It does not happen without you. You make a whole bunch of stuff happen. Nobody thanks you for anything. Your tip jar is empty. You get all the complaints though. Meanwhile, the bartender, they got a pitcher full of 20s.
That's true. It is very true. Yeah, DJs can only screw up the wedding. They can't win it usually.
No, it is hard work, and our guys do such a good job. So it's really cool to hear them talk about their products and I mean there's a lot of passion there. Every one of them's got their little niche, and they know their stuff. And Boucke, yeah, that's super fun because it also kind of brings us to like other news in AJA world. Comprimato, Comprimato is now part of the AJA family. We have, I still don't even know how to say this right. We have acquired Comprimato. Obviously, Comprimato's been our partners for a really, really long time. They make the software that is behind the bridges, that wonderful transcoder software, those beautiful interfaces, the things that makes, more of that stuff that makes a complicated product easy to use. I can use a bridge without a manual. That's because of Comprimato. So they're now part of the AJA family. That's super cool news. It's the first acquisition we've ever done. I don't know. That's big news in our world. We've been around almost 35 years, and we acquired a software company now. So really, really excited about what that brings in the future, and more cool guests to have on the show. We gotta get Jerry and Miro and the folks, and actually shout out to Miro and Philip and Michael for hanging out with the AJA crew at NAB, because that was
super fun.
That was baptism by fire definitely for our bud Philip. He had never been outside of Europe. This was his first time in the USA, of course, never been outside of Europe. And he's in Las Vegas, of all places, and then hanging out with us.
Yeah, it was incredible. Those guys are an incredible addition to our team. I can't wait to meet more of our Comprimato teammates. But yeah, instantly those guys were there on mission, and really looking forward to working with those guys for the rest of the time. What a cool group!
Yeah, no, that's that was super fun, and now I hope to show them. I hope to show them more of the USA than just Las Vegas, because, hey, I like Las Vegas as much as the next guy, but that's not our only representative here.
Yeah, I love NAB, but I don't think that fully demonstrates what the country and what our industry is about here in North America.
What I found of late as well is on the road. So, from my part, I think I'm throwing in here stuff from EMEA. EMEA is the region that I cover. Obviously, you can tell by the accent, but I did spend 10 or 12 years in the USA, living in California and working for AJ Direct there. But I bring that now to Europe. And I've done a few post NAB events. You know, you turn up for the day, you have a little table, you talk about the new products and things like that, to great success. And everybody knows about the Comprimato acquisition and they're really happy about it. They are coming to us saying, congratulations, guys, this is really great news. So I think everybody gets what great synergy we've had all these years. And we can just go from strength to strength now. As you guys say, having these guys inside is phenomenal. They're an incredible team, so talented. And yeah, the sky's the limit really for this relationship.
Future is very bright. Stay tuned.
Absolutely.
Stuff from us.
And speaking of post NAB events, I was just at one of the Key Code Roadshow post NAB events last week. Great turnout out in Seattle. Absolutely perfect day for Seattle. You never know with the weather up here. But it was unbelievable. It was great seeing Mike Kavanaugh and a bunch of the Key Code team. But it was an incredibly well attended event, and talking to the people who were on that Key Code Roadshow, just the level of excitement around our products, many other vendors coming out of NAB was huge. It was a great room full of people. And just like at NAB, it's not like, what is AJA trying to explain what we do? It's people coming directly to our table, asking about new features on new products or asking about specific problems they need to solve. And then, of course, people coming by and saying, thank you, we have this converter. It's worked for 14 years. We've never unplugged it. What a dream. So just a really good group of people at Key Code last week. And was going to be an event this week. Unfortunately, couldn't make that one. But I know that the excitement around our industry is really more dialed than it has been, I think, in the last couple of years around color and IP stuff. I mean, that translates
100%.
very well to our product lines, but the excitement in those two realms. Every event I've done this year, I've seen our ColorBox, something we'll get into without getting too specific, but the use cases around it in digital signage and in live AV monitor calibration, in-venue calibration, pre-production stuff for events is not something that I had ever seen. I mean, some, yes, but it's overwhelmingly exciting to those people who have an open gear frame or just need to throw down a mini and go through maybe 10 big giant HDR monitor calibrations matching, projectors, LEDs, what have you. So the complexity there and the simplicity of the tool, very popular. And that's one that I didn't expect a few months ago, and now I expect every time I go to an event to hear and have that conversation.
I love all the people that have stumbled into color science now, like high school AV guys, sports AV guys, corporate AV. They've all just kind of stumbled into this world of color science now because, well, it's now easier than ever to have a multi-camera shoot or a multi-camera, conferencing setup or sports video setup of any sort. Like it's easy to bring all those things together and stream them out in some way or another. There's lots of tools that you can do that with off the shelf hardware for the most part. The issue is you'll often end up with multiple different cameras, usually of different form factors too, like little PTZs combined with DSLRs, combined with maybe, an on the shoulder run and gun, old ENG camera you got donated or something like that. They all look different. So people are just kind of stumbling their way into color science because they're like, well, okay, let's just run all these through like remote control panels and color match all of them. It's like, well, they've got different dynamic range capabilities here, so you can't just get away with just color matching. Okay, well, what do we do? Well, let's just convert everything to HDR, so everything is kind of in the same color space, and that's what's happening. And so now you're seeing, things like color boxes popping up at literally high school football stadiums. We've got them in some stadiums in Texas. I mean, of course, Texas high school football stadiums kind of look like professional football stadiums, but they're starting to pop up in those places. And I'm literally talking color science with coaches. It's the coolest thing. and I, color is in dynamic range now that people have figured out. Well, and it's also about, your delivery method. I mean, you have a 4K HDR screen in your pocket at any given time for the most part. And then your TVs at home now are OLEDs or QLEDs or super high dynamic range screens. So now it's like people have realized, oh, wow, instead of just having more and more pixels, now we can have better pixels. And it's just, it's fun to watch, and it's just fun to see the quality of stuff that's coming out now. Because now I can watch like a regional swim meet streamed on like the Swim Swam website, and it looks like I'm watching, the Olympics 10 years ago. It's
Yeah,
super awesome.
it's phenomenal. I think for us, in EMEA region, as I suppose it's the same for the States as well. The summer music festival season is beginning. The big events are starting to kick off. And we've had lots of conversations. FSHDR has been a great gateway to ColorBox as well, because FSHDR does a lot of the things that ColorBox can do, some of the core transitions between SDR to HDR and vice versa, but it might be too much uplift for you in terms of a single device. So we're finding with a lot of people, ColorBox does everything they need. They get the color front license in there, and then they've got the SDR to HDR transitions. They can down convert. It's not just the color story, is it? It is so much more to it. And once people glom onto that, they kind of go crazy for it. Looks like my corgi is doing in the background. He's been quiet up until this point.
You got good noise to feed. I hear no corgi.
Oh, amazing. Good. Well,
Yeah.
that's great.
You probably can't hear my cat clawing at my door, so we're
No.
No, I was watching clips of Eurovision. Not widely, broadcast in the US. In fact, most Americans probably don't even know what it is. But that competition, I mean, what I was watching there were recordings of, but it was a live performance. And it speaks to a thing that I've been noticing lately when I watch live productions. It looked like I was watching not a live production at all. It looked like I was watching a produced movie. Like, a bunch of cameras got set up at a concert venue. They shot the concert, and then that went to a post house and a VFX house and colorists and got post produced for a year and a half and then released as like a Blu-ray. That's what it looked like I was watching, but that was a live production. And we're seeing this in live sports now, like the halftime shows at NFL football games here in the U.S. It's like you're watching a movie, but you're watching a live concert where they just drug the stage out onto a field and set up some lights and some cameras in literally a few minutes. But because of the tools they have on hand now, that they're able to make these things look like movies. And it just blows my mind because, yeah, I mean, you think about what these live color manipulation tools are doing. Like, okay, I said we're not plugging products a whole bunch, but ColorBox, what ColorBox actually does in real time as far as these color transforms and its LUT injection capabilities. This is stuff that you would have to do with, super high end color grading software running on like a $10,000 hot rod computer, and you're probably paying 5 figures per seat per year for that software. That's the kind of tool you had to use to do the stuff ColorBox does, not 5, 6, 7 years ago. Like, so the technology, the hardware technology in this, like, software is doing amazing things, obviously, but hardware technology, like purpose-built little hardware boxes, it's amazing what they can do nowadays.
Well,
And it's only
even
getting
just
better.
looking at the evolution of some of our color products, from our first product, the LUT box, it was a relatively simple. We had a 1D LUT, a 3D LUT. You could do some basic things. It was a very limited but very cool product. Our next one being FSHDR, which includes some of the greatest LUTs ever made, built in a lot of great color science there. And then the evolution really to ColorBox has been incredible, which again
Yeah.
is like a super ultra LUT box. If we look at our first product, like it takes everything from all of that stuff, and it really is a better version for the color science specific things. FSHDR is also an FS4, which is an incredible frame sync product. Does about a million other things outside of the color science in addition.
We
But
should probably mention as well that the open gear format for ColorBox is also incredibly popular. Like, if you're doing a large amount of cameras and dashboard is the way to go for your control, and having everything in one rack with redundancy for your power, it's just so easy to deploy and set up and move from spot to spot. We're getting great feedback in Europe again from a lot of folks doing that.
yeah, there's a
particular
lot of open gear going out into the greater European area.
People are loving it. They're really loving open gear over here. We cannot keep it on the shelf, which is great.
Yeah, they love the Dante stuff and they love the
Yes.
ColorBox stuff. It's been really cool. Keeping us on target and getting back to the events where I was talking about, our past ones have been really exciting. Um, Andy and Abe, I know you both have some events coming up this summer. Where can people see AJA? Where can people see some of our faces out there?
Right on. Well, we've got some coming up here quite soon. Um, by the time you're seeing this, InfoComm 2026 in Las Vegas will be probably in just a few days here. The dates are June 17th through 19th. AJ has a booth there. We're in the North Hall. We are at booth N, as in Nancy, or the North Hall, booth N7744. Just a small booth, but a bunch of us there. I'll be there. I'm doing a couple of little events around the show as well. But we'll have a full complement of AJA folks there, a bunch of really cool demos. Excited to get there and build the booth and wire everything up. Then shortly after that, I'll be at the SVG Regional Sports Production Summit. That's in Denver, Colorado, and that's on June 29th through 30th. And I do highly encourage any of you out there, if you have never been to an SVG event, find one near you, go and sit in every single session and just listen to what's going on. It's really, really incredible what that world has to say right now about this IP transition and cloud tech and AI is a big thing at all these things too. So it's really, really fun to sit in on those sessions. I'll be part of a one panel there, but I'm mainly just kind of attending to go to the sessions. This is where I go to learn. I listen to the smart guys talk here. It's really cool.
Yeah, I mean those sessions are incredible, and obviously it's highly sports focused, but so much of that is just live venue. If you think about any major musical tour act, anything, it's all a lot of the same technology. So it's not just sports, although there's a lot of great sports stuff there,
I'll tell you though, the shift though, it's okay. So it was always, it's like Fox Sports is there, ESPN's there, all the leagues are there, everyone is there with their sports team on their jacket. But now the stars in the room and the focus are companies like Meta and Nvidia and Amazon and Apple because they're sports broadcasters now. So it's so cool these events are where I've seen huge changes in the industry. So it's really cool. It's also just fun to support your little local regional industry event. I mean, it's go see your friends.
100%.
yeah.
I've got coming up. It's kind of exciting. It's not happened for a long while, but MediaTek Africa, which used to be the premier show for South Africa, that's coming back. So pre-COVID was the last time they did it. So everyone's getting really excited for it. From what I understand, it's been a really good take up by companies. We're working with our distributor in the region, and that runs from the 30th of June to the 2nd of July, and I'll be out there for the whole time. So anyone listening in the South African region, please come by and see us. We're going to have Bridge products, all sorts running. I've been doing so many demos for Bridge products remotely for the South African region because it just makes such great sense for that great landmass, connecting the major cities, connecting sporting events, corporate, all that kind of world. Bridge plays super well into that space. So we've got tons of meetings lined up with really cool people locally. And I'm really looking forward to it just as a personal thing. It's been my first trip to South Africa. So I'm putting the A into Middle East and Africa for sure. So I'm looking forward to that. So please join us if you can.
Man, you get to go such cool places. We talked to
Zurich
Andy
last
about
week.
his travel. It's like, well, I'll be in South Africa. Then shortly after, I'll be in Morocco. And then we're going to Prague. I'm like, I'm going to Vegas, Denver, and Dallas. All right.
You guys are always welcome. You know that. Just book your flights.
I can't
Come and
can't
join
wait
us.
hey, I mean, other future events, we will be at IBC in Amsterdam in September. I mean, that's closer than people think. And
Oh my- it'll be here before we know it.
I always look forward to that event. Amsterdam is one of the coolest cities on earth. That's one of the coolest shows to go to. We have a big old booth there. It's great.
And we have an incredible channel of friends and partners that we get to help sell this stuff with. So yeah, IBC
100%.
will be incredible. I'll start tailing off the podcast here for episode 1. But we're going to be trying to do this probably once a month or so, but keep these things coming. And we're looking forward. We do have an email address. So if you have any questions, any kind of content you want to see on here, podcast@aga.com. Very creative email address there. But please hit us up with ideas. And if there's anyone you want to see on here, but we do want to highlight, AGA friends, internal, external partners that we work with. Obviously, we will talk a little bit about product, despite us probably 20 times saying we won't. But we have cool stuff to talk about, and we want to hear what you guys are trying to do with it. So please shoot us emails. If you guys got funny ones, I'll even read them on the show. That'll be fun.
Yes,
But
ask us mean questions. That
Yeah, put us on the spot.
all for it. But yeah, any of you out there watching, if you want to come on and talk shop for a little bit, hey, you get to promote what you're doing as well, to all 18 of our viewers, if I'm being optimistic. We'll see how many people want to see a few nerds talk about video stuff, once a month, once every other month. No, this is fun. I've always wanted to do this. I can't. This is going to be fun to evolve over the years here. So I look forward to doing more of these with you guys, and and yeah, I look forward to seeing everyone out there at our various events over the next few months. Definitely stay tuned to AJA news as these events go by, because lots of exciting stuff coming in the next months and in the next years here.
Yeah.
It's exciting times as always in this world.
absolutely. I mean, the one thing that's certain about our industry is nothing standing still. So that's what keeps it exciting. There's always new technologies. There's always new stuff. Hopefully, we'll have new jokes each time. But if not, at least they're decent, maybe. Um, but anyway, I want to thank both of my co-hosts. Generally, it will hopefully be all three of us on the podcast, but it may be a mix depending on our road schedules and when we're able to tape these things. And yes, I'm going to use the term tape. But I do want to thank everyone who has tuned in. Again, thank you, Abe, Andy. Thanks to me, greatest guy ever. Um, this will be a blast. So thanks for checking out the podcast. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Take care. Goodbye.